A couple of them that have been with us for a few years here now. Very, very special kids who need a great introduction. One is a little girl who has the best giggle in the world. That comes up annually, but it still holds true. And on top of which, we got a guy beside her who has the best tie I have seen in years, and I've been trying to con him out of it. But Paula, for some reason, he doesn't want to lend me his tie.
I don't know what his problem. I wasn't going to let that tie go by either. Just a terrific tie. I was going to mention how we've seen these two kids on our shows in previous Easter Seal Superthon years, but they're growing up so wonderfully. And look at little Jamie here. Now he's sporting a tie. He's a big guy now. I'm going to bypass. I want to introduce you to the family first. Jerry Mendek is the father of Jamie and Sarah Mendek, and I'm just going to totally bypass the father right now because I want to get to the kids. Jamie, are you going to bury that tie after all? He's still eyeing it over there. No. No. Tell us about that tie. Dad bought it special for you, didn't he? Did he buy it special for the Superthon today? Or have you worn it before?
He bought it from Duluth.
From Duluth? Oh. I don't know if you're supposed to say that.
I got it from Duluth.
Oh, wonderful. What kind of a tie is it? Jamie, what kind of a tie is it? Forget about Barry over there. We'll buy him his own tie. What kind of tie is that?
I can't.
You know the name.
I know.
Who's this guy right
Waldo.
here? That's right, and there's Waldo right there. You've already found him.
Yeah.
Well, you look just super today, Jamie. I want to talk a little bit about your life, let people know, let the folks at home know what you're all about. I understand you're in gymnastics at school already?
Yeah.
How do you like it? What do you do in gymnastics?
I go on the trampoline, I go on the bars.
Great.
And
You hit your head? What grade are you in?
I'm not in a grade.
Well, you're sort of in a grade. You're in JK? JK, right?
It's not. It doesn't. It's just like class.
That's right. You do a lot of singing and playing. You have a good time there?
Yeah, we don't. I don't actually sing at gymnastics.
Oh, I mean in.
I go in the.
I think our wires are getting crossed here. Not in gymnastics, but in JK. I should refer to my notes more. In JK, you sing a little bit, play some games, right? Where do you go to school?
What school do I go to? St. Pius.
Oh, that's right. Just like your sister Sarah over there, where you're just the sweetest little boy. Now I'm going to flip over to your sister Sarah, who's now 10 years old. But an old ham at this kind of stuff. You were the 1991 Easter Seals, Tammy, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
How are things going since? Pretty good?
Yeah. Let
me hear about your schooling. You're at St. Pius right now, and you're pretty serious in some of your subjects, aren't you? Which ones?
Math, Sarah,
spelling. No. Now you can let your sister talk. Math and science.
Spelling. Science.
Everyone laugh here.
You just had a science project happen. Jamie, are you going to let your sister do some talking now?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. You just recently had a science project going.
Yeah.
Right? How'd that go?
Pretty good.
What was it on?
Yeast.
Yeast? Okay, that's okay. We're glad you're laughing, sweetie. We're glad you're laughing. I want to also talk about some of the sports that you're involved in. Also gymnastics.
Yeah.
What do you do at gymnastics? You're probably a little more advanced than your brother Jamie?
Almost the same thing, but a little harder things than him.
A little bit hard, and swimming as well.
Yeah.
Jerry, you must be just so proud of your two children. It's amazing to see children who have some physical challenges against them having so many accomplishments at this young age, too.
That's true. They come along quite nicely. Every day is a delight when you see something that hasn't been there before. And, they're full of surprises, especially this guy here.
Yeah. Well, we're glad to see him so happy and so talkative this year. What kind of conditions are they facing?
Hopefully they're they're improving. Therapy is beneficial, and they're coming along quite nicely with that.
They
We're
both
optimistic.
have cerebral palsy.
They both have, yes, and affects their lower extremities. You can see that nothing else is affected.
No, nothing at all. They're as bright as a dollar, both of them. Now let's talk about therapy. They're both in therapy. Sarah has therapy right at her school.
That's right. She has, it's with the school system. She has therapy once a week. The therapist comes to the school and does things with her. And Jamie, on the other hand, 2 days a week, he goes to the George Jeffrey Center.
Now that's quite, you're telling me about his day on those 2 days a week. Jamie, you go to school first, and then you're off to the George Jeffrey Children's Treatment Center, almost for the rest of the day.
After the day on the George Jeffrey Center, I go home sometimes, and I play the computer all the time. I used to play the last level on Duke Nukem.
You're a computer whiz already. But that's kind of a long day for you, isn't it? Getting home at 3 o'clock on some days?
Yeah. So when I got home the other day, when it wasn't a George Jeffrey's day, we went to the McDonald's and we got one of those the Mama guys. We got Sinclair.
Okay.
They're dinosaurs, and when you press a yellow button, he moves.
Oh, we're going to have to get you on again to talk about all this stuff. But you know what? We got to go back to the guy who wants your tie. Barry?
Actually, Bob and I have been talking about, we think he better hang on to the tie because the way he's going to be replacing us very soon, and he's going to need it on the air. But as you can see, folks, the medics are justifiably proud of those two children, two terrific children.